16 years after losing the king of pop, his 3 children have built lives that would shock even Michael himself. Prince Jackson, now 27, drives his Tesla through the Hollywood Hills to his production company office. Paris Jackson, 26, posts another $1 million modeling contract on Instagram from her bohemian Los Angeles home. Bigi Jackson, 22, codes in his private studio, creating apps that could make him richer than his famous father ever was. But the road to this success was darker than anyone imagined. When Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009, the world mourned. But 3 children lost everything they knew. Prince was 12, Paris was 11, and Blanket, now called Biggie, was only 7 years old. These kids had lived behind masks and veils hidden from cameras, protected in Michael's Neverland bubble. Suddenly, they were thrust into a world of lawyers, media chaos, and family fights over money. The custody battle was brutal. Michael's mother, Catherine Jackson, fought for guardianship against Debbie Rowe, the biological mother of Prince and Paris. The children had never lived normal lives. They called their father Daddy, but had been raised by nannies while Michael toured the world. Now they had to figure out who they were without their famous father protecting them. Catherine Jackson, then 79 years old, became their guardian. She moved the children from Neverland Ranch to a mansion in Calabasas, California. The house was worth $4 million, paid for by Michael's estate. But money couldn't fix the trauma these kids were dealing with. Prince later revealed that Paris tried to hurt herself multiple times during these early years. The pressure of being Michael Jackson's children was crushing them. Prince Michael Jackson Jr., the oldest, took on the role of protector. Born in 1997, he had always been the responsible one. Michael had trained him to watch over his siblings, and Prince took this job seriously. While other teenagers were worried about homework and dating, Prince was dealing with estate lawyers and media attention. He learned to drive early so he could take Paris and Biggie places without bodyguards following them everywhere. In school, Prince faced constant questions about his father. Kids would ask if Michael really changed his skin color, if he was guilty of the accusations, if he was weird at home. Prince learned to ignore the noise and focus on his studies. He was smart, athletic, and determined to create his own identity separate from the Jackson name. After graduating high school, Prince enrolled at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. He studied business with a focus on entertainment. His plan was simple: learn how Hollywood really works, then use that knowledge to honor his father's legacy while building his own career. He kept his head down, made real friends who liked him for who he was, not his famous name. In 2013, Prince started King's Son Productions, named after his father's title as the King of Pop. The company focuses on documentaries and charitable content. Prince's first major project was a documentary about his father's humanitarian work, something most people never knew about. Michael had donated millions to children's charities, but these stories got lost in the media circus surrounding his personal life. Today, Prince's production company is worth over $10 million. He has deals with Netflix, Amazon Prime, and other streaming services. His documentaries have won awards and changed how people view his father's legacy. Prince drives a modest Tesla, lives in a 3-bedroom house in Studio City, and dates a teacher named Molly Shermang. Their relationship is private, normal, and exactly what Prince wanted after growing up in the spotlight. But Prince's success came with sacrifice. He spent years in therapy dealing with the trauma of losing his father and the pressure of carrying the Jackson name. He's spoken openly about anxiety and depression, encouraging other young men to seek help when they're struggling. His net worth today is estimated at $15 million, mostly from his production company and smart investments. Paris Jackson's journey was much more public and painful. Born in 1998, she was Michael's only daughter and his clear favorite. Michael called her his angel and took her everywhere. When he died, Paris felt completely lost. She was just 11 years old, but had to speak at his memorial service. Her words, "Daddy was the best father anyone could ask for," broke hearts worldwide. The teenage years were brutal for Paris. She struggled with depression, anxiety, and self-harm. In 2013, she attempted suicide and was hospitalized. The media coverage was intense and cruel. Paris later said she felt like she was drowning and couldn't see any way out. The pressure of being Michael Jackson's daughter, combined with normal teenage problems, created a perfect storm of mental health issues. Paris found salvation in music and modeling. She learned to play guitar and started writing songs about her pain. Her music was raw, honest, and nothing like her father's pop hits. She sang about depression, family drama, and feeling lost. The songs were her therapy, and eventually, they became her career. In 2017, Paris signed a modeling contract with IMG Models. Her unique look, tattoos, and famous name made her perfect for high-fashion campaigns. She walked runways in Paris, appeared on magazine covers, and became a social media influencer with over 4 million followers. But unlike other celebrity children, Paris used her platform to talk about real issues like mental health, LGBTQ+ rights, and social justice. Paris's romantic life has been complicated and public. She dated several people of different genders, openly identifying as part of the LGBTQ+ community. Her most serious relationship was with musician Gabriel Glenn. They formed a band called the Soundflowers and toured together. The relationship was intense but ultimately ended, partly due to the pressure of dating Michael Jackson's daughter. Today, Paris lives in a bohemian-style house in Los Angeles filled with plants, crystals, and musical instruments. Her net worth is estimated at $25 million from modeling contracts, music royalties, and social media endorsements. She's sober after struggling with alcohol and drugs in her early 20s. Her Instagram posts show a young woman who has found peace with herself and her complicated family history. Paris has also become an actress, appearing in films and TV shows. Her acting style is natural and unpolished, nothing like the perfection her father demanded on stage. She chooses roles that challenge her and tell important stories. Paris is also working on a solo album that she says will be completely honest about her life experiences. The youngest Jackson child has had the most dramatic transformation. Born Prince Michael Jackson II in 2002, he was nicknamed Blanket by his father. Michael never revealed who Blanket's biological mother was, making him the most mysterious of the 3 children. The world first saw Blanket when Michael dangled him over a hotel balcony in Berlin, creating a media firestorm about Michael's parenting skills. After Michael's death, Blanket struggled more than his siblings because he had been closest to his father. While Prince and Paris had some independence, Blanket had been completely dependent on Michael. He was homeschooled, rarely left Neverland, and had very few friends outside the family. When Michael died, Blanket's entire world collapsed. In 2015, at age 13, Blanket legally changed his name to Biggie. He wanted to distance himself from the childhood nickname and create his own identity. The name change was symbolic of his determination to become his own person, not just Michael Jackson's youngest son. Biggie found his passion in technology and filmmaking. While his siblings pursued entertainment careers, Biggie was more interested in the technical side of media production. He learned computer programming, studied film editing, and became fascinated with artificial intelligence and virtual reality. His goal was to use technology to create new forms of entertainment. Unlike Prince and Paris, Biggie has stayed almost completely out of the public eye. He doesn't have public social media accounts, rarely gives interviews, and avoids red carpet events. His few public appearances show a tall, handsome young man who looks remarkably like his father but acts nothing like him. Biggie is quiet, thoughtful, and prefers working behind the scenes. In 2020, Biggie enrolled at a private university in California to study computer science and digital media. His professors didn't know he was Michael Jackson's son until other students told them. Biggie used a different last name and dressed like any other college student. He made friends who liked him for his personality and intelligence, not his famous family. Today, Biggie is working on several tech projects that could revolutionize entertainment. He's developing virtual reality experiences that let people feel like they're at concerts with deceased performers. His company, which he runs from a private studio in Los Angeles, has received funding from major tech investors. While his exact net worth is unknown, sources estimate it could be over $30 million when his projects launch publicly. Biggie's relationship with his siblings is strong but private. The three Jackson children support each other, but have agreed to keep their personal relationships out of the media. They learn from watching other celebrity families that public drama only makes everything worse. The Jackson children's relationship with their extended family has been complicated. Several aunts and uncles have written books about Michael, some supportive and others critical. The children have mostly stayed out of these family disputes, focusing on their own lives and careers instead of defending or attacking their father's memory. Money has been both a blessing and a curse for all three children. Michael's estate is worth over $1 billion, and the children receive generous monthly allowances. But they've all worked to earn their own money rather than just living off their inheritance. Prince's production company, Paris's entertainment career, and Biggie's tech ventures show that they're determined to succeed on their own merit. The children have also dealt with ongoing legal battles over their father's estate. Various family members have challenged the will, claimed Michael was murdered, and fought over control of his assets. The children have largely stayed out of these disputes, trusting their grandmother, Catherine, and the estate executors to handle the business side of their inheritance. All three children have received therapy to deal with the trauma of losing their father and growing up in the spotlight. They've spoken openly about mental health, encouraging other young people to seek help when needed. Their honesty about depression, anxiety, and family dysfunction has helped destigmatize mental health issues for their generation. The children's relationship with Michael's music and legacy is complex. Prince uses his documentaries to show his father's humanitarian side. Paris incorporates some of Michael's themes into her own music, but with a completely different style. Biggie rarely discusses his father publicly, but is reportedly working on projects that could preserve Michael's performances using new technology. Security remains a constant concern for all three children. They each employ bodyguards and have sophisticated security systems at their homes. The threat of kidnapping, harassment, or exploitation is real given their wealth and famous name. But they've learned to balance security with normal life, something their father never managed to do. Looking ahead, each child has ambitious plans. Prince wants to expand his production company internationally. Paris is working on her acting career and planning a major music tour. Biggie's tech projects could launch him into billionaire status if they succeed. All three are determined to honor their father's memory while creating their own legacies. The Jackson children represent a new generation of celebrity offspring who refuse to be defined by their parents' fame or failures. They've survived unimaginable tragedy, family dysfunction, and constant media attention to become successful, grounded adults. Their story proves that even the most damaged childhoods can lead to triumph with enough support, therapy, and determination. In 2025, Prince, Paris, and Bigi Jackson are no longer just Michael Jackson's children. They're successful adults who have transformed their pain into purpose, their fame into positive influence, and their inheritance into independent success. Hit subscribe to uncover more celebrity family secrets that will change everything you thought you knew.